today's topic is dun sa communication strategies dito na ginagamit ng kabila at syempre yung ano rin natin what we can do with regard to as far as communication strategies for these impeachment proceedings and going towards elections. Because remember, ang reason, and that's why we count down tayo, it's 745 days until May 8. May 8 yung elections for 2028. So 745 days until the May 8 elections, and we should be talking about how we respond or what further strategies we can conduct online while these impeachment proceedings are going on. But first, kailangan aware tayo kung anong ginagawa ng kapila. So kung wala pa pong walang ibang pressing matters na i-discuss, then we will go straight into it. Ano ang ginagawa ng kapila? Let's look at how they're conducting these communications. Ano yung ginagawa nila? Because let's face it, ang ginagawa nila kasalukuyan sa Committee on Justice ay tungo sa election. It is not whether or not manalo sila dito sa impeachment proceedings because as we know, it's going to be a game of numbers. It's always a game of numbers. And right now, kung totoo yung narinig natin doon mismo sa loob ng House of Representatives, ang kukunti o kukulangin na po ang magiging boto para umabot ang kaso sa Senado. O kung hindi aabot yung kaso sa Senado, ito ang pagkakataon lamang ng mga kongresista na i-attack ang leading candidate for 2028. Ito ay, kumbaga may captive audience sila, meron talagang manonood at manonood sa kanila. And akala nila ay meron sila yung kanilang target ay hindi na moving target. In other words, kaya nilang ilagay siya sa isang lugar where she is supposed to take it. Pero ito yung reason kung bakit ang tawag natin sa discussion natin ngayong araw na ito is the strategy of the empty chair. Kasi hindi nga dumating si VP Inday. Pero let's go back. Tignan natin yung overall picture dito. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag pong kakalimutan, like, share, follow, and subscribe. Sabi ni Malunggay Pandesal, nagbo-buffer daw sa black app yung ating yung ating video. If you don't mind, check natin. Palitan ko lang yung source. Tingnan. Sandali. It might take a while. Are you willing to wait? Kasi kung willing to wait kayo, ayusin ko to. But it might just take a while. Pero babalik yan, hahabol din siya eventually. So, you let me know what you want to do. We can interrupt this live to para ayusin natin yung internet ko. Okay. Dali lang po ha. So walang sagot. Alright, so let's continue. Ano ang mga nangyayari ngayon? Ang ginagawa ng House of Representatives ay, ano yung primary objective nila? Ang primary objective dito ay siraan si VP Inday at gawing irreparable yung damage sa kanya. In other words, para hindi maihabol yung damage control, hindi maayos, hindi ma-fix yung kanyang image in time for the 2028 elections. Reminder nga ulit, ang 2028 elections are 745 days away. Okay. So, para doon sa mga gustong magtanong, baka kasi nasagot na yung katanungan ninyo, hold off nyo muna yan at uulitin natin yung mga kasagutan after the discussion. So, so remember this, hindi ang primary objective ay probable cause. Kasi kung totoo nga yung mga narinig natin, kinukulang na po ang posibleng bumoto for impeachment para maihatid yung impeachment articles sa Senado. Given the possibility na hindi sila makakakuha ng 1/3 vote in the House of Representatives, isasagarin nila. They will maximize the opportunity na ibilad si VP Inday doon sa Committee on Justice and they have 60 days. So 60 days para i-conduct yung probable cause hearings na ito. And these are 60 session days. Hindi ito working days, hindi ito calendar days. Okay. So, with the objective being to make her no longer a viable candidate for 2028. Ano yung messaging nila? Ano yung core? Ang pinapalabas nila is si VP Inday, ang objective nila ay palabasin na si VP Inday ay hindi fit for public office. So remember, yan yung goal nila. So ang ginagawa nila ay hina-highlight nila yung halimbawa yung COA finding na to return 73 million pesos. Tama ba yung 73 million? Paki-correct yung numbers ko. Yung disallowed amounts doon sa kanyang confidential fund. So ang sinasabi lang na hala disallowed, hala kailangan magsoli ng pera, di ba? O ano yung sagot doon? Hindi yan final, hindi yan finding of fact. This finding of fact is not yet final dahil pwede pa itong dalhin sa hukuman. Bakit kailangan dalhin ito sa hukuman? Because yung ultimate finding, the last say, will be the courts. Not the Commission on Audit, magkakaroon lang sila ng final say kung ito ay hindi i-a-appeal. Okay. Yes, Ma'am Lucky's like, of course they are doing well in their comm strategies. But here's the thing, the fight is for hearts and minds. And ang hearts and minds dito sa Pilipinas, who is the electorate? Yung electorate natin, iba-iba yan. Maraming mga nasa electorate. They come from different walks of life. 'Di ba? Kaya nga may class A to E. Kasi iba-ibang klaseng tao tayo. Iba-ibang klase ang nakakaintindi o hindi nakakaintindi. In other words, we have to hit all of the target groups. Yes, they're doing a good job. Doing a good job where? What specific target group is responding to Attorney Mike across the board? Naiintindihan ba ng CDNE ang nangyayari? So it would be a mistake na makampante tayo. Sure, we love all of the people involved in VP Inday's defense. Comms defense, legal defense, all of that. Even the political defenses, these are the people you don't see. So, yes, they're doing a good job. Pero tayo, and what about the conversion that we are going for? Pag elections, the goal is always, di ba, who has the highest votes? Now, VP Inday is registering at 42 and rising. Pero may swing vote pa rin yan, yung mga undecideds. Hindi natin alam kung ano ang combination ng kalaban ni VP Inday. So in order to ensure that she will win, then we have to go for conversion of the undecideds. So, yan din yung target ng House of Representatives. Yan ang target ng mga kalaban ni VP Inday. Sorry, not the House of Representatives, but yung kanyang mga kalaban who happen to be, some of whom happen to be legislators. So, let's not be dismissive of anything. Yes, her entire team is doing a good job, but we have to plug in the holes. That's why we discuss these things. Okay, next. Ano pa? Yung fund misuse, di ba? So, hina-highlight nila yung sa COA. Now, wag tayong makampante. Marami na tayong nasagot dyan, pero I assure you, pagdating ng 2028, uulitin nila yan. I-repeat nila yan, gagamitin nila yung mga tools at sasabihin, we, dinisalaw, we, nagsoli na ba ng pera si Inday? O lalabas nila yung Inday Lustay kasi dinisalaw. Paano nila i-connect yung Lustay doon sa dinisalaw? Hindi naman nila napapatunayan na ginamit niya yung pera na yon. O ano pa yung sinasabi nila? Biyahera daw. O, pero yan, nasasagot naman yan. At may kasagutan yan. Kinulong niyo yung tatay niya, tapos ayaw niyo yung paalisin. Ano ba ang trabaho ng Vice President? Pakisabi nga kung nandun sa trabaho niya na hindi siya pwedeng bumiyahe, na kailangan nandito lang siya. Ano ba ang inatasan ng ating Pangulo that would require her to be here? Sino may sabing bawal siya magbiyahe? Mga ganyan, kailangan sagutin yan. However, like I said, kaya natin dinidiscuss yan kasi uulit-ulitin. Yung strategy nila is repetition and therefore tayo din, repetition. Meron pa yung mga threats. Of course, hindi pa yan na i-discuss sa Committee on Justice, but expect that. Ano yung mga lalabas na mga sa comms niya? Na mga, she's not fit for office because she threatened the president, etc., etc. What about the threats against her? What about what has actually been done to her? What about the fact that siya ay victim ng pagkatraidor nitong administrasyon na ito? O, meron tayo ditong katunggali na nasa comment section. And please, understand that we answer them because this is precisely our job to do. You want her to win? Do not tell me to ignore the critics because the critics are exactly what we need to hear and exactly the people we should answer. So, wag niyo sasabihin, sayang lang oras din dyan. Hindi, eleksyon ang 2028. Okay, eleksyon ng 2028, therefore, we must engage. Alright, hanapin natin. Ay, bakit nawala si Tol? Kaloka. So, tignan niyo kung paano nila ginagawa. So, this is what's going to happen. Sinasabi nila na kasi totoo naman na Lustay palibhasa Duterte ka. Pero take note of this person. Her name is Elena Pitogo. But, ang nakalagay dito, and I'll take a screenshot, Elena Pitogo is a long-time watcher and rising star. in the in my TikTok. What does that mean? It means na itong mga trolls, itong mga kritiko ay nagbabantay sa mga pro-Duterte vloggers and they will come in to the comment section just like she has been doing. Ito yung sinabi niya. Totoo naman na lustay palibhasa Duterte ka. So what is she saying? Take note, wala siyang ebidensya, wala siyang logic, wala siyang contribution, but inuulit-ulit lang niya yung messaging na lustay. Okay? Bakit? Madikit kasi yung word na lustay. O ito yung tanong. So, sino ba ang pinoprotektahan mo sa pagsasabi niyan? Sinong nagsabi na lustay siya? Ano yung pera na hindi na napunta sa kanya? Saan siya nagnakaw? And saan siya nagiging magastos at hindi efficient? Because lustay implies na inefficient yung kanyang paggagastos. That she is expensive, that she wastes public funds. Pag nire-relate yan sa pagbabiyahe niya, kailangan i-point out, Miss Elena, hindi mo ba alam na siya ang gumagastos ng sarili niyang travel? Ay, kawawa ka naman. So, that's number one. Number two, ano bang trabaho ng Vice President? Kailangan ba nandito sa Pilipinas? Nasaan yung tinatawag mong pera na sinasabi mong nilustay? Kasi kung mayroon naman opportunity ang Commission on Audit na ipabalik yan, saan yan sayang yung pera? Okay. So, ito yung mga ginagamit niyan. Hindi mo tinatawag na lustay yung mga gumagamit na maleta, no? Para mag-transport ng pera. Kaloka si VP Inday talaga. Kung ikukumpara mo yung mga amounts involved doon sa mga maleta gang, parang hiyang-hiya naman kami doon sa mga sinasabi mo. So, okay, ito ang tinatawag natin na messaging core nila. They want to weaken public trust kay VP Inday by trying to make it look like hindi siya fit for the presidency. Pero ito yung tanong, para dun sa mga kalaban niya, the reason they are not getting any traction is this, wala silang kandidato. Kanino nila i-compare si VP Inday? Sa presidente na nakaupo ngayon? Sa presidenteng involved directly or indirectly sa maleta? Pinsanan niya yung nagsabi nun. So, anong ginagamit nila? Of course, ginagamit nila yung sa COA and all that. Pero the good thing is that the good thing here is that they're not very good at using the strategies that have been predetermined or determined for them by the public relations experts that are being hired by the present administration. Sabi ni Ma'am Ana, selective po yung mga yan. Iyakin sa milyon, bulag sa trilyon. Good one. I like that. Very good yan, Ma'am Ana. It's catchy and it explains everything. It explains at least a particular portion of their at natatarget talaga yung comm strategy nila. So, uulitin ko ang audience focus dito. Ang tinatarget natin na audience dito are the undecideds. And right now, the undecideds are above 30%. So dun sa 30% na yon, kailangan may conversion tayo. Hindi natin pwedeng ipaubaya yan dito sa kalaban, which is why we must continue to engage. So, as we know, the House of Representatives will continue the hearings of the Committee on Justice para continuing yan yung pagkabilad ni VP Inday, which is why we call this the strategy of the empty chair. Hindi siya pumapayag na magpabilad doon. Kumbaga, nadi-dissipate yung messaging, hindi they lose a target. Kumbaga, what VP Inday has been doing is not making herself a convenient target for the committee. And her silence means also that, her silence, by the way, is not illegal. So, kaya sila nagagalit. Nagagalit sila na hindi sumasagot si VP. Pansin nyo, yung mga sinasabi ng ilang mga congressman, katulad ni Congressman Benny Abante, ang sinasabi niya, dapat sumagot siya. O kaya si Sunny Trillanes, pumirma ka kaya ng bank waiver kung totoong wala kang tinatago. What is wrong with these statements? Number one, what the VP is doing is not illegal. In fact, naisahan sila doon. By refusing to be part of the Committee on Justice, by refusing to be a target, they lost their target and their messaging weakens. So, paano nila sasabihin na sinungaling si VP Inday, hindi naman nakaupo doon sa proceedings? And by the way, they cannot compel her. There's no law in the world that will require her to do that. Ito pang si Sunny Trillanes, sinadagdagan pa niya, pirma ka na waiver, bank waiver. Bakit naman niya gagawin yun? What? You want to hand over your, even if it is, there is nothing in those bank accounts that would indict her, nothing in those bank accounts that would be evidence of anything, by handing it to them, para kang nag-react, ikaw yung weak, ikaw yung hindi nagpakita ng strength. They want to take this to court, they want to bring it to a forum, fight it. Hi, Sir Bill. Attorney Bill is driving home. Ingat sa daan. Sabi ni Ma'am Babes, daya naman ni BBM, pinalitan ng COA at AMLC head. Hindi, wag tayo mapipikon sa ginagawa nila. Alam niyo kung bakit? Because we can do the same thing when VP Inday is president. Kasi sasabihin natin, okay, you started this, we're going to do exactly what you have been doing. Tingnan natin sinong iiyak. Sino sa atin ang iiyak? So, ano pa? So, ang ultimate goal nila, of course, is, well, ang gusto, of course, ng mga kalaban ni VP Inday ay ma-impeach siya. But in case that doesn't happen, sisiraan nila lang siya ng sisiraan so that she will not be able to be the viable candidate, or she will lose the public trust and approval that right now puts her at the forefront of the presidential race 2 years before it happens, or at least 745 days before the start of elections. Now, ito po yung advantage ni VP Inday. By declaring her presidency, she also gave notice to all the funders. So, paano ngayon magkakaroon ng viable candidates yung mga kalaban niya, yung mga katunggali sa 2028 elections, when, of course, funders will always want to fund the person who is leading. Yun kasi ang mas sigurado. Kung tataya ka na rin lang, tataya ka dun sa lead. So, ulitin ko, ang plano nila dito is political attrition. Habang tumatagal, punto sila ng punto sa kanya. And here's the problem. It might work for a short while. But for so long as ulit tayo ng ulit at nini-engage natin, tuloy-tuloy ang pagpapaalala natin doon sa mga argumento kung bakit VP Inday has the high legal ground here, then we're going to win. Bakit? Kasi aabot yung messaging natin even dun sa pinaka-hardcore. We must explain, and explain with the target in mind. Our target audience are the undecideds. Okay? Okay. Pasensya na po para dun sa mga nag-intay daw ng live natin. Ako, nabisi lang po talaga. So, at lalo pang mabibisi in the coming days. Dami pong nangyayari. Tapos syempre mag-umpisa na ang klase. So, in the meantime, back at the ranch. Sabi ni Rickster, I trust VP Inday's defense team, especially Attorney Sheila. Nag-stick lang talaga sila sa Constitution. Of course, we trust them. VP, and more importantly, VP Inday trusts them. Tama naman lahat ng at least ang nakikita ko so far, not only have they been doing well, all they have to do is stick to the Constitution, stick to the law, because alam natin na ang maliwanag dito is that they have the law on their side so far. Yung sabi ni DJ Sitoy, taga Mula, matagal na po nilang sinisiraan ng Duterte pero di pa rin sila nananaig. Yan talaga ang nagpapatunay na walang makakadaig sa katotohanan. Totoo yan. Pero ang sinasabi ko dito is, we have to stay vigilant. Oo, in the past how many years? Since 2022, binibira na nila si VP Inday at si dating Pangulong Duterte. And of course, tumitibay lang ang DDS. Pero like I said, pagdating ng 2028, may mga undecideds dyan na dapat i-target natin to explain what is going on. Kaya hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan ng comms. Ito yung isang kahinaan ng Duterte administration. Parati si PRD nagsasabi, hayaan nyo na, ayaw niyang kasuhan, ayaw niyang ganito. O sige, hayaan nyo na. Nasa And therefore, if maayos yung pagkakasagot o they have taken legal action on the likes of, let's say, Sunny Trillanes, nung sumusobra na sila, then you would have a less problem. So like I'm saying, kailangan masinop tayo sa defenses ni VP Inday. We cannot afford somebody else sitting in the presidency. And oh, by the way, okay, etong chismis. May chismis talaga tayo. Ay, mamaya na pala. Ang chismis sa banda huli para madali makasagot muna tayo pala ng mga katanungan. Sabi ni Ma'am Rosana, nakakabilib ang strength ni VP. Same sila ni Corona sa ginawang pagsira. Kaibahan lang alam ni VP kung kailan kikibo at kailan tatahimik. Hindi kasi ako, meron kasi akong alam tungkol sa mga pangyayari dun sa kay Justice Corona. So I cannot really say that. Meron nag-abiso sa kanya na mali. Sabi ni Kid, pinamimihasa lang ni PRD yung mga katulad ni Trillanes kaya lalong nasisira mga Duterte. Tapos ang mainstream media, pag gumagalaw mga Duterte, sasabihin diktador. Exactly. Which is why important ang social media to maintain and continue maintaining the defenses of VP Inday. Yung mga nagsasabi na wala namang kayong ginagawa, puro salita lang, this is where the war is being conducted right now. It's being conducted online. So wag niyo pong wag niyong i-diminish yung capacity natin to to answer and to defend VP Inday because this is where hearts and minds are one. Okay? Tigilan na natin yung mga humihirit dyan na nagsasabing puro lang kayo salita. Okay? Because this is where it is waged. Okay? So, social media lang naman kayo. Social media nga yung labanan eh. Kaya nga nagde-deploy ng trolls yung mga kalaban. Do not diminish your importance in this fight. Do not diminish your capacity to put in the VP Inday in Malacanang. Okay? Tapusin na rin natin yung mga defeatist statements na napakalakas ng kabila because if they were really that strong, they wouldn't be going all out on this one. Diba? Na they have to resort to maletas in order to win. That's not a sign of strength. That's a sign of their weakness. That's a sign that they have to bring out money in order to gain hearts and minds when all VP Inday has to do is show up. Yan yung difference. So yung mga sasabihin niyo sa akin na bendalo sila ng ganyan. Sino may sabing nag-work yon all the time, 100%? Ako na ang magsasabi sa inyo. VP Inday would not go to the Supreme Court if she did not trust that the legal system will work. Sabi ni Ramel de los Reyes, malapit nang ilaglag si pinsan. Nilaglag na, hindi niyo pa ba napansin? Tapos nung nilabas ko yung balita, ano yung sinasabi ninyo sa akin? Huwag kayong maniwala. Drama-drama lang yan. Ngayon lumalabas na yung totoo. Tapos sasabihan niyo ako na, naniwala ka naman dun sa drama nila. Parang inoculation daw for double jeopardy. Naiintindihan niyo ba kung gaano karaming kaso yan? Sabi ni Super Kyong, I'm thankful for those genuine DDS vloggers who have been consistent in defending the country and real leadership for the next generation. Thank you, Attorney Trix and Attorney Ahmed, for everything. Don't thank us yet. Actually, not even. Kasi sa totoo lang, hindi naman namin magagawa kung walang mga katulad ninyo. So, ang dinadagdag lang namin is the information. Pero kayo po yung totoong warriors dito. Tapos yung sasabihin nila, keyboard warrior. Tigilan nyo nga akong keyboard warrior. Dito ngayon, why would PR people spend millions on calls? Why would PR people spend millions on hiring influencers to push their products or their candidates? Precisely because the war is being waged here in media, not just social media, of course. Sabi ni Breton, which means kung ma-diminish na ang pera, tsugi din sila. That's true. But remember how much they have. So let's not be kampante. Sabi ni Ma'am Katrina, yes, Attorney, keyboard warrior, husband ko na walang bayad para lang kay Tatay Diggs. Ma'am, mukhang kayo din naman. Well, not yun. And that's why I'm sending as much love as I can to everybody who does it. Because sa totoo lang, kung nakapunto sila, walang bumitiw, goods yun. Sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lute, it's the battle of the Kokak and the king of crocs now. Kaya nga kinulang, nagkaka-shortage na nga daw ng popcorn dahil sa tuloy-tuloy na dahil yun na nga yung nangyayari. Pero papaalala ko lang sa inyo, di ba, inaaway ninyo ako just a few days ago nung sinasabi ko na nagkakalaglagan na that the case against Martin Romualdez is a sign of the cracks in the tripartite team. Papaalala ko talaga, hindi ko kakalimutan ipaalala. Hindi lang pa. Natutulog si Dion malakas pumilik talaga yan. Sabi ni Kambal TV, I think they're not winning the narratives of putting Inday Sara down when the surveys come and the VP is still up there winning. Hi kay Jamal. Wala po ako sa bahay, so wala yung chickens at saka wala rin si Sir. I forgot my eyewear. Yes, sandali lang. Ito naman, siyempre nakatago ang eyewear. Ayan. Alright, now what I cannot find are my eyeglasses, my other pair of eyeglasses. So, ayan. Is that BIR safe? What is it, if it is swapped or secretly tampered? BIR, yung mga tax records na dala nila. There are multiple copies of that. And of course, may copies din yung mga people who are involved. Okay, paulit-ulit itong katanungan to, nakalabas na daw ng bansa si Tamba. Uulitin ko na naman yung sagot. Hindi ko naiintindihan kung saan nag-fail yung comms ng admin kasi unang-una, hindi pa po siya indicted. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po tapos yung finding of probable cause sa kanya. Ang nakahanap ng ebidensya is the OMB investigative team. Fact-finding pa lang po. So, nag-file sila ng kaso sa piskalya sa OMB. Okay? Hindi pa po siya nasa Sandigan Bayan. So, pwede pa talaga siyang umalis ng bansa. Ang meron siya was yung parang temporary watchlist, parang watchlist order. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya binabawal umalis ng bansa. Pag umabot lang siya sa immigrations, ki-questionin siya at titignan kung meron siyang TA. So, bakit, ewan ko, I've had to be fair, hindi lang kayo yung nagtanong yan. Ang dami nagsasabi na, nakalis na pala ng bansa. Oo, natural. Kasi nga, it's not a whole departure order. It's something like a probationary whole departure order, provisional whole departure order. So, he is allowed to leave the country, pero pipigilan muna siya sa immigrations to check his documentation and to determine kung saan siya pupunta. Yes. Okay, iba ba talagang nahuli sa arestado as per Anticlear? Hindi. Pag huli, arestado dapat. Or, medyo she's cutting it very finely. An arrest has a very specific meaning kasi sa batas. It means you are detained, kinukuha ka. You are restricted in your movements, kinuha ka ng PNP or ng any other law enforcement agency at dinala ka sa hukuman. Okay, ibig sabihin nun, you are brought to the jurisdiction of the court. So very specific ang meaning nun. Ngayon, pwedeng yung nahuli pero hindi sila arestado kasi nahuli ka supposedly in the act of committing a crime pero na-determine na wala ka namang crime na na-commit. So it's possible na masabi yun kasi nga sa rules of court, very specific ang definition ng arrest. So, hi Ma'am Elaine. Nare-relax daw siya. Sabi ni Shook Twist, you more than earned the right to throw in an I told you so. Tagal-tagal kong sinasabi, away na yun eh. But of course, nobody, bakit ganun? Parang gusto kong sabihin talaga dun sa mga umaaway pa sa akin na bakit dun sa ibang mga vloggers na halos yung puro sensationalist lang ang nire-report na niniwala kayo tapos pag sinasabi kong totoo na yung away, so sa tindi ng trauma ninyo, ayaw din yung maniwala. Okay. Sabi ni Kid Wonder, what a beautiful moment to see the frog and the crocodiles are, well, not eating at each other, biting siguro, because ew. There are some frogs that are poisonous. Meanwhile, bakit blackmail na daw ang mga congressmen to vote for VP Sara's? Blackmail po to vote for VP Sara's impeachment. Hindi ganito. Di ba kayo nagtaka kung bakit hinihingi yung mga salin ng mga kongresista? Think about it. Di ba ni-report sa balita na hinihingi ng ombudsman ang salin ng ilang mga kongresista? May 26 silang nakuha pero hinihingi pati yung iba. Hindi nyo ba naisip para saan yun? Think about it. Sabi ni Julian's World, na-miss ka ni Attorney Barry kanina sa The Spokes. Siya yung pinagtutulungan ng guest at ni Sir Nani. Para ma-appreciate naman niya na pag wala ako. Hi kay Jamal, sabi niya pang blackmail. Sabi ni Fred, magkakatrayduran ang magpinsan. Nag-umpisa na. Ganito po yun. Kung napakalakas talaga ni Speaker Martin Romualdez, former Speaker Martin Romualdez, bakit umabot sa punto na nakakasuhan na siya? Hindi siya magpapayag na pahiyain siya ng ganyan. Tapos may hold departure, provisional na hold departure. Oh, tingin ninyo kung napakalakas niya sa Malacanang aabot sa punto na gano'n. Plus yung mga yung mga leakage na nangyari, yung mga chika na nangyayari sa loob. Ay, nako. Sabi ni Ben, tanong lang po, in case may impeach si VP sa Congress pagdating sa Senado, pwede po pagtalunin sa Senado yung articles kung tama ang process na, oo, lahat yan pwede pa. Sabi ni Maldita, shout out sa Liberals in Pink, di na sila ang opposition kasi ka-group effort na sila ni BBM and Tambi. Ano? Hindi na nga po magkakampi si BBM at si Tambi. Sabi ni Strictly, go, yes, sawa na din ako sa narrative na people are making Romualdez this untouchable elite mastermind. Madami lang talagang pera mga yan, pero stripped of all that, lame ducks ang mga yan. Truth. And they feel it. Kaya nga nagta-trial balloon yung, mamaya na nga, dapat lahat mamaya ito para mas madali. Para paghahanapin nyo later on yung discussion, maayos yung parte-parte natin sa grita. So, sabi ni Azrael, ang problem po kasi pilit yung impeachment based lang sa hinala. Di ba ang ruling kailangan may probable cause? Actually, yun nga po yung dinidetermine nila sa Committee on Justice. They have to determine probable cause. Pero matagal na na-establish na walang probable cause or meron. They can actually just say, may probable cause ito based on our own experience, tapos file na sila. Matagal na kung sakasakali. Pinatatagal nila because they have 60 days eh. So bakit may 60 days? Para ibilad, para labakula plancha, di ba? Ang gagawin nila kay VP Inday. Kaso how can you do that when she's not there? Ay nako, Enzo, gusto mo bang i-explain ko sa iyo yung batas tungkol sa persons with HIV? O nang debate ka lang dyan sa tanong mo. Tanong ni Mr. Enzo, sino daw ang Mr. T na may AIDS? Attorney, baka alam mo po. Talaga? Alam nyo, si Mr. Dean Chase, attorney yan, pero he's abroad. Kung sakasakali, yung kanyang mga disclosures, baka mahirapan kasuhan siya. And it will also require the person that he is accusing of being sick will have to admit their illness in order to do so. So, ewan ko sa inyo, pero yung mga ganyan dito sa Pilipinas, nakakasuhan yan. And no, I'm not taking the bait on that one. No, they did not. During the Corona impeachment with the COJ, hindi po umabot ng COJ, nag 1/3 vote po sa plenary. Sabi ni Ghost Rock, paano kayo kung paabutin nila ng bare months yung impeachment? Hindi po pwedeng umabot ng bare months kasi 60 days lang po ang nasa rule. Para gawin nila pang blackmail victim budget para bumoto against kasi hindi po nila magagawa yon kasi hindi po in control ang mga members ng Committee on Justice doon sa appropriations. Pasensya na, pagod si Dion at nandito ako sa kwarto niya nagla-live. Mas madali kasi siya yung nagsiset up so he sets it up then mas magulo yung kwarto niya. Hi, thank you Miss Mia. Kaya lang sa kabila nagsalita yung tao eh. Hi kay Fafa OG. Ano po current rules regarding the 60 days attorney working ka? Naman, kasi kakadis ka. Yun yung problema pag late dumadating tapos a-assume na yung tanong ninyo hindi pa natasagot. 60 session days. Sabi ni Sasa, naawa ako kay Corona. I was young and naive at the time, but when I read what they did to him and how he died without redemption, nakakasad. Sabi ni Kilua, pwede po ba ilabas ang result ng medical and hair follicle test ni BBM ng Supreme Court? We don't know if have they asked him to take one. Sabi ni Miss Julie. Pero attorney, I'm still doubting sa paglabas ni Tamba sa kanyang statement kasi hindi po niya pinangalanan si Z at ang mastermind na si BPM. Instead, syempre, he's threatening the administration, di ba? Eh kung inilabas na niya yan, di wala na siyang alas. Why would you, Ma'am, have you ever been in a position na ikaw ang kinakasuhan tapos meron kang hawak na information? Ilalabas mo ba yon? It's called insurance, di ba? As long as hindi mo pa nilalabas yon, you still have the upper hand. Pag nilabas mo yon, tapos na, wala ka ng alas. You've spent it. So striptease yan until the cases are filed. Not only that, if you bring them out right now, maghahanda yung mga yon, they'll start destroying evidence. Why would you want them to do that? I'm not saying that you shouldn't doubt because it's healthy to doubt. Kaya lang, nakakairita lang. Na, kasi established na namin as a fact, well, kami, because we knew what was going on. Hi kay Michael, sabi niya, uy, I'm alone and lonely, buhay OFW. Hi Michael, kamusta naman po dyan? Well, the good news is, tumataas pa rin ang ratings ni VP Inday as of the last survey, which was, well, January pa. So, ang tingin ko, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan. Okay, so here's an example of repetition without bothering to explain. Tayo, ang difference ng DDS, when we defend VP Sara, we have the basis. We have the law. Marami inaaral nila talaga yung mga basis ng defenses niya. But look at how the other side does it. On TikTok, a person named Cyanide keeps repeating, Sara magnanakaw, Sara magnanakaw. Okay, now does this have an effect? It does, actually, but not a big one. Kasi at some point, people will say, oh, it will catch the attention, but it will not sustain it because there's no argument, there's no evidence, and there's no story. Halimbawa, paano siya naging magnanakaw? Ano yung pera na ninakaw? May kaso na ba? Meron na bang hatol ang hukuman? Meron bang saan nanggaling yung pera? Kanino yung pera na yun? In what capacity did she spend it? In what capacity did she allegedly steal it? Pag nagsabi ba ang COA, solid ninyo ang pera, does that mean magnanakaw ka? Kung it means magnanakaw siya, nasan yung kaso? See? And that is the weakness nung kabila. Yan ang weakness ng mga hinahire nilang trolls. They are inefficient and they're incapable of explaining. Which is why in many instances, yung mga pa rin, ang mainstream, because they have to explain, nagkakaroon sila ng bigat sa kanilang mga sinusulat. Guys, pakibati naman si Michael kasi nalulungkot siya sa lugar nila. Hi, Sir Manix. Thank you very much. Okay, let me see. Okay. Sabi ni Jamal, excited ako sa mga susunod na ratings. Yep. Sabi ni Enzo, Michael, wag ka na malungkot, parehas lang tayo. Nakakalungkot talaga yung malayo sa pamilya na. Sabi ni Marky, ay, attorney, unfair yung paglabas ng travel order ni VP one day before travel, pinagmalaki pa ni Gaga. Well, in that case, you should never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Sabi ni Jonalyn, baka po malinawan mo kami bakit sinisingil sa consumer ang lifeline rate. Iba po ang nakalagay sa House Bill number. Well, a House Bill is not a law. Sabi ni Ma'am Jackie Lou, even Attorney Poe said that no official report of the denied disallowance was received yet from COA to the OVP. Optics lang talaga yan. Yes, ma'am. And in fact, we interviewed Attorney Poe in the spokes at matagal na rin po namin sinasabi yan. Sabi ni Beehive, hindi kaya nag-advance ng submission si Trillanes sa committee at isinisingit na lang sa AMLC yung ibang figures of amounts para mag-attach. there's a possibility of that. But if we're going to accuse somebody of doing that or AMLC of doing that, you better have something more than speculation. Hi, kay makulang name. 10-year fan here watching from Kuwait. All I wish now is for Boying not to become Supreme Court Chief Justice, not even holding a seat there. Also, I don't want the appointed justice of BBM to be the Chief Justice. There you go. That's, yeah, same. Sabi ni Ma'am Julie, I meant, attorney, it seems like another show to focus on po kay Tamba kasi nabuking sila na hindi totoong nahuli si Saldi at si BBM pa po mismo nagbalita. Pahiya po ba BBM na siya mismo nag-fake? It seems like another show to focus on. What do you mean? What is another show to focus on? I'm sorry, hindi ko po maalala na because ang dami-daming questions in between, hindi ko na maalala kung ano yung binasa ko sa inyo. Babalikan ko pa. At syempre, hindi ko mahanap. Ay, ito na naman tayo, ma'am. Ilang ulit na rin to. Martin, paano po yung idea Martin is planning a jeopardy case? Nakasuhan na siya sa Sandigan, so sa 2020 hindi siya kasuhan. Hindi pa nga po umaabot sa Sandigan Bayan, ma'am. Ang natapos is the fact-finding by the investigators of the Office of the Ombudsman and they filed the case also with the Ombudsman. So hindi po na-establish yung probable cause. So, okay. Pero assuming natin na umabot yan sa Sandigan Bayan, ma'am, ilan ba po ang kaso? So in order for double jeopardy to vest, kailangan lahat ng kaso na i-file na. So marami po yung cases because remember, these are, hindi lang po iisa ang transaction. Hindi lang po iisa ang ang BICAM. Hindi lang po iisang budget ang pinag-uusapan. And by the way, ang double jeopardy hindi necessarily true in all cases. So, titignan pa natin kung mag-a-apply yung double jeopardy sa kanya. And by the way, double jeopardy doesn't apply to newly discovered evidence. Sabi ni, well, wait. Balikan ko yun. Double jeopardy, yung newly discovered evidence, sometimes is a rule in opening up a case kung ang finding ay, sorry, I forgot my law school na. Okay. What if you newly discovered evidence? Can I get back to you on that one? I don't want to establish that at baka baka isipin ninyo na pwede yun. Let me get back to you on that one. But yung mga newly discovered evidence, it might be, meron tayong inadopt sa US so I have to go and check on that one. So don't worry about the double jeopardy. But here's the thing The thing is that totoo yung charge sa kanya. Look, if you're looking as a defense jeopardy, ibig sabihin totoo na kinakasuhan ka. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na mag-a-apply yung sinasabi ninyo na, ay, moro-moro yan, or kunwari lang yan. Kunwari, nag-aaway sila, kunwari, kinakasuhan siya for jeopardy. Why would you try to establish jeopardy pag hindi pa naman siya endangered? Diba? Di ko naiintindihan yung ganong klaseng reasoning. Think it through. Why do you need to establish double jeopardy? Ano na nangyari? Ibig sabihin, alam ninyo nakakasuhan siya. At makakasuhan lang siya kung hindi na nga nagkakasabwatan yung tatlo. Bakit? Yung ebidensya hawak nilang tatlo. So I can't believe that you don't really want to accept good news when it comes kasi you've been traumatized so much. I understand that. Pero okay lang yung totoo kayo and you don't really want to believe in all that. Pero huwag niyo naman akong awayin. Don't kill the messenger when the messenger is already bearing good news na ayaw niyong paniwalaan. Yung sasabihin niyo pa, can you blame us? Can you blame us for that? May mga ganun. Ma'am Zaidi, hindi po kayo yan. Pero ako yung natutrauma sa inyo. Parang ayoko na tuloy magbigay ng good news sa inyo. Papaano ko na lang sa iba. Pero ito ang sasabihin ko sa inyo. Pag si Maharlika naniniwala kayo. Or is it because bad news yung nilalabas niya? And that's much more believable. May chance po bang bumaliktad ang mga Rimulya? Hindi pa natin alam. Tingin ko kasi that's always in the arsenal of any politician.